This is Paul. Yeah. It's 3:52. I had a little extra time this afternoon and I was doing some research about those that own businesses and I was reminded that both the LLC and the S corporation, yeah, could have been a C corporation. No, I think it was the S. Yeah. Clallam County gave every document to my wife. Yeah. When she kidnapped my sons. Yeah. Now, it's going to be difficult for me to get a registered agent to receive notices of lawsuits. Yes, when I start my business, because I'm sure there are a lot of corporations that will want to sue me. Yeah. And just thinking about this idea of torture, there's these international conventions that involve themselves in torture. A torture means an act committed by law enforcement, a judiciary, or a state, could be the state of Washington or the United States, while acting under the color of law, specifically intended to inflict severe physical and mental pain or suffering, other than the pain or suffering incidental to lawful sanctions. Yeah, upon another person within his custody or physical control. Yes. Now, I'm in your custody because you issued court orders that have fraud and forgery. Yes. You are intentionally obstructing my right to communicate with my sons. Now, when I document that the court orders, yes, have been issued without any jurisdiction, yes, and the dissolution of marriage was issued without me having any notice or opportunity to be heard. Effectively, you took custody of my sons without the enforcement of the requirements of the law. Yes. Without the enforcement of humanitarian rights, civil rights, yes, and fundamental rights of the European Union, too. Now, this idea of the severe mental pain or suffering means prolonged mental harm caused by or resulting from, yes, and the intentional infliction or threatened infliction of severe physical pain or suffering. Now, for every time that you fabricated the evidence where you said I was in a city when I wasn't, yes. And all the false arrests, the false police reports, yes. And the severe, do you think I'm crazy today, you stupid fuck? Well, you can try to say all day long that I was someplace where I wasn't, yes. But I gave you the actual evidence that I wasn't there. Since December 31st of 2016, yes, for 2.5 years, you as a police department intentionally tortured me, yes, with your fabricated traffic citation. Yeah. Now you had the availability of the surveillance camera footage from the bus that morning. Yeah. And you had the ability to see that I was in the library on December 31st of 2015. Now, I'm wanting to sue the Sequim Police Department for the intentional torture of American citizens. Okay? Now, yesterday, corruption and bribery. Today, it's torture. You are intentionally torturing me, yes, because you do have the evidence that I wasn't there, yes, and you fabricated evidence so as to have me arrested. Ooch. That is torturing American citizens. Now, Judge, in any county of the United States, the very knowledge that the American judicial system has the evidence of the torture, the extreme mental and physical suffering. Yes. It is suffering to be deprived of your children. Yes. When you know you have the legal right to have them. So you're denying me something that I have the right to have. Yes. When my wife motioned the court for dissolution of marriage, Brent Baisden, yeah, She declared that she sent something, but she sent it to the wrong address. Hmm. She declared, yes, that something was done, yeah, but it wasn't. Phew. Now, when I got here, yes, you had given all of my personal documentation to her, yes, without any due process of law. You did that in 2011, yes. Now, when you fabricate evidence alleging somebody is someplace, yes, knowing that it's a lie because I wasn't there, yes, that's torture. Phew. And I'm going to sue you. Now, when you had me arrested and put me in jail, yes, I'm going to sue you. For every court hearing, torture. 27 days in jail so that you could torture me. Torture. Now, this is obviously you putting me in your custody without any due process of law. Yes. You put my sons, yes, in the custody of my wife, yes, using forgery. Oh, fraud, yes, in that she was not there and she did not sign it. Pooch. And then when I tell you that I want custody of them, you are torturing children. You're torturing children. Now, it's obvious that you intentionally wanted to inflict serious physical pain and suffering. Now, I've documented numerous times these broken teeth that you did break yourselves. Oh. I do remember the blood, nausea, and sleeping in the Serenity House. I called you at 5:30 in the morning, public defender's office. Somebody decided to discharge some electricity. Oh, torture. After establishing torture as one of two actionable torts, yes, as set forth in the statutory text supra, the Torture Victims Protection Act. Now, I know this is usually for those in other nations, but this nation is actually